I have been conducting a taste test of Italian foods, especially pizzas, that are available in Grecia and the Central Costa Rica area. So I want to tell you a little bit about what I have found. Uh, Toward the end, I'll tell you my favorite pizza so far. And I'll also tell you about a couple of restaurants that I have not yet had a chance to visit. Welcome back to the channel. This is Sharma Roussel living in Brescia, sharing information about moving to Costa Rica, retiring in Costa Rica, and living in Costa Rica. So people probably think that all we eat in Costa Rica is rice and beans. People do eat a lot of rice and beans, but there are also a number of restaurants to choose from. And, I really miss Italian food and Chinese food. And my next door neighbor, Ricardo, he also loves Italian food, especially the Italian food that he had when he was in Italy. And all of us who have been to Italy know how wonderful the Italian food is there, and how wonderful a margherita pizza can be on the streets of Rome. So I wanted to just share with you a few of the places that I've been to check out some of the pizzas and what I found, the good and the bad, so that you will know that we do have some choices here. And I hope that my next door neighbor, Ricardo, gets a chance to see this, so he'll be encouraged about some of the choices that are available here in Grecia. So we'll start with pizza number one. And I'm not going to name the restaurant because that pizza, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 2 or a 3. It did have a thin crust, but the crust was not made out of flour. It didn't seem like. As best I could tell, it was made out of like a cornmeal substance. So even though it was thin, it was not very appetizing. Now this was not at an Italian restaurant. It was at a restaurant that just offers a lot of different options for people who come in. And there was one pizza on the menu, so it was not like you could choose your size of pizza or the toppings on your pizza or anything like that. You just had a choice of one pizza, and it did not have any, as far as I could tell, it did not have any like pizza sauce or Italian sauce or any kind of a tomato paste sauce on it at all. I'll tell you what it did have on it. It had some pieces of ham that were cut into squares, and it had some sauteed sweet onion and sweet pepper. It did have a generous portion of Parmesan cheese that you could sprinkle on top of the pizza. There was no ground pepper. There's never any ground pepper on the tables in restaurants in Costa Rica. So I've learned to carry my own little pepper grinder with me when I go out to eat. Now, this was a personal pizza, and it cost almost 5,000 colones, which is the equivalent of about 8.50 to $9. But it was, even though it was a personal size pizza, it was plenty for me. I only ate half of it and took half home. So after I got home, I added some tomato sauce with some mushrooms in it. I picked up a little package at the grocery store near my bus stop. So for about $1.50, I got a little squeeze package of tomato sauce with some mushrooms in it. And I added some things I had on hand, like sauteed broccoli, purple onion, and some diced tomato. And I also added some fresh spinach, fresh oregano, and fresh rosemary, and some spinach, fresh basil, oregano, rosemary, and spinach. And it actually improved it when I added all that and had it for dinner that night. But there was still the problem with this crust that was seemed to be made out of a cornmeal mixture that was just not acceptable. So I would not recommend that particular pizza. But now I'm going to tell you about several that I would recommend. So I went last Saturday to an open air concert with some friends in Naranjo at a place called Il Piu. It's spelled Ilpiu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It had a huge um, patio where we had a open air concert with two live bands performing, and there were, about 75 people who were gathered there, and we had a really good time clapping, and there was even room for dancing. And they did have a very large, authentic um, outdoor pizza oven. And the pizza that I ordered was a Mediterranean pizza, and it was excellent. It had a very thin crust, which was very good, and it was a full size pizza. It had on top, it had spinach and basil and pepperoni and olives, and that's as best I can remember. I didn't have to add anything to it for it not to be perfectly delicious. Now, it was a full size pizza, so it was about uh, 11,000 colones, or the equivalent of about 22 US dollars. And I only ate about two pieces of it, and then the rest of my table shared that pizza, as well as a supreme pizza. And I also had a piece of that, and it was delicious also. So I would recommend this restaurant, Il Piu, Ilpiu, in Naranjo. I thought that their pizza was very good. Now, also, there was a place called Riverside Pizzeria and Gastropub in Heredia, which is near San Jose. And a group of about 30 of us went there one day right after we had visited a toucan rescue center. Now, it's been 2 or 3 months ago, so I don't remember all the details, but I do remember that the pizza was excellent. I ordered a full size pizza, took more than half of it home, and it was what I would call an artisan pizza. Now, at that restaurant, they also had other Italian choices like lasagna and other pasta dishes. And that's also true about the one in Naranjo. So, Riverside Pizza in Heredia and Il Piu in Naranjo are both good choices. Now, also in Grecia, there is a restaurant called Los Berilles, Losborialles, which has excellent Italian food. Now, and even my next door neighbor, Ricardo, likes to eat there. Now, when I was there, I did not have pizza. I had a fettuccine alfredo with chicken. So it would be fettuccine alfredo e pollo, and it was very, very good. So I would recommend that restaurant if you like Italian food, although I did not try a pizza there. Now I'm going to tell you about my favorite pizza restaurant so far. It's called Copa, Copa, and it is just off the Central Square uh, where they have the Central Park in Grecia. It's if you're facing the church steps, it's to the street just to your right and on your right, and it is very, very small. In fact, I think it would only accommodate 15 to 20 people, 15 to 20 people, but it had lots and lots of options for pizzas. You could get, a personal size pizza, or a medium size pizza, or a large pizza, and you could select all kinds of toppings. Now, the personal size pizza that I got, again, was enough for two people, so I took half of it home. I didn't have to do anything to it after I took it home because it was fine, just the way it was. I ordered an Italian pizza, and it had tomato, pepperoni, and basil on it. It had a thin crust, which was just right and very delicious. And it was about the same price as the pizza that was not at all tasty. So it was the equivalent of about $8.50 to $9. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 9, only because it's not Zaza's Pizza in Little Rock, which I love so much and I'm used to. But I would really recommend Copa Pizza Restaurant, right off the Central Square in Grecia, and it is spelled Copa. It's very small, but very delicious, and I think so far it's my favorite. Um, and there's no need to add anything to it after you order it. It is served perfectly fine. Now, there are two um, pizza restaurants in Grecia that I have not tried yet, but have been recommended to me. And one is Il Forno, Ilforno, and it is just off the square, also in central downtown Grecia. And then one that's called Don Hernan Pizzeria. It's Donhernan. It's not near the central square. It's just one block away from the hospital. So it's still easy to get to. But I just haven't had a chance to go to those yet. And I wanted to go ahead and do this video. After I go to those, I'll give you an update. But I don't know when I'm going to get to go to those because for the next 4 days, I have lunch plans with friends at 4 different places, and none of them are pizza places. But that's just a little information about pizzas and Italian food choices in Central Costa Rica. If you have additional information or alternative information, then please put it in the comments section so that we can all learn from one another. And if this has been helpful to you, then hit the subscribe button. I think the subscribe button is a round circle with some feet in flip flops on it. But anyway, if you like this video, hit the like symbol, and we'll see you next time. Pura Vida. Ciao.